Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Welcome back to the channel. This is episode number 9 in a 10-part series I'm making about understanding AI for the over 50. Today we're going to talk about 5 things that you probably didn't know that ChatGPT could do. These are real cool features. Some of them have just been released. I wanted to take time and show you this. These are important features and I think you'll enjoy them. So let's have a look at the 5 features you probably didn't know ChatGPT could do. All right, the first one is feature number 1, and this is the ability to share information with other people that you've gathered in a chatbot. And let me explain how this works. And I wanted to show you this because you may not be aware of the sharing part of this information. And let me show you how this works. So let's bring up this comment that I had on a video I posted about the difference between RCS text messaging and SMS messaging. Now, this was a comment that was posted in the comment section of the video, and it says, what is the benefit of RCS over SMS? Well, that's a big topic and one in which the whole video was all about. But this person asked the question, so how am I going to answer it? Well, I'm the expert in that because I made the video and I could type out a long explanation. But this takes a large amount of time and I'm going to show you a much quicker way. All right, so even though I know the answer to this question, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to help me. And so I've put in the notes here, what are the advantages of RCS over SMS? And of course, ChatGPT, as you'll see here, has done an excellent job of coming up, even put a table in for me, all sorts of information here that would answer that question. So I don't have to formulate the thoughts, I don't have to type it. It's here for me right now very quickly. So if I wanted to answer this, so all I have to do is come up to the right here. Do you see this button here? It says share. If I click this button, it's going to give me a public link to this chat. So once your name, custom instructions, and any messages you add after sharing stay private. So I can edit this afterwards. So this is a public link that I'm going to create. So if I click this now, and I share this public link, if I want to post it directly to LinkedIn, Reddit, or X, I can just click these buttons. Or if I just copy the link, I can just post it in an email and send it that way, or I can just post that in the comments section as a reply in YouTube. So it's a way that I can quickly gather information up. It processes it, organizes it, and I'm able just to send it with a link. Now, when that person sees that information, it's exactly as it shows up in the chatbot, but it does not. It's not in your account. It's a public link, and it doesn't have any access to your account. So it's very interesting and works really well. Now, let me show you how to do that in Gemini. All right. Here's Gemini. I've asked the same question, and of course Gemini has given me an excellent answer here. As we come down to the bottom, you'll see this little button here, share a link or export it. We click this. You can export this to docs, but if we click the share conversation, we now have a link. We can either export this to LinkedIn, Facebook, X, or Reddit. But if we want to copy the link, we just click this button and it will copy the link, and you can paste it again into YouTube, a YouTube video comment that you want to reply to. Remember, there's only so many lines that you can actually reply in those, so a link is better. So you can paste the link in there, or you can send it in an email, and it works really well. They just click the link and it will take them right to your results. All right, feature number 2. This is a really interesting one. Now behind me, you'll see a picture of 6 bell peppers. And you're going to say, what's that all about? Well, I went to Costco the other day and they had this package of 6 bell peppers on for about $2. It was a great deal, so I bought the package. I brought it home and gave it to my wife, Gail, and she said, "What am I going to do with 6 bell peppers? Do you want to have a Greek salad every day for the next week to use them up?" I said, "No, I'm going to look at a recipe and we're going to have stuffed bell peppers." Pretty smart, eh? Then I looked in my usual recipe place and I looked online for stuffed bell pepper recipes. And YouTube has thousands of them, right? All of them, of course, are for 6 or 8 servings. The problem is there are no recipes for 2 servings, for 2 people. I only want to make a recipe for 2. So I wanted a recipe for 2 for stuffed bell peppers. So I asked ChatGPT for a recipe for 2. Let's see what it said. All right, here I am back, and you'll see at the top here, we're in ChatGPT, of course, and at the top here, you'll see that I want a recipe for stuffed bell peppers for 2. ChatGPT, of course, created the recipe for me. Stuffed bell pepper serves 2 large bell peppers, half pound of ground beef, and it gives me all the recipe here. And then it gives me baking instructions and everything. Solved my problem. Here's my recipe. Well, not quite. I still think that I like allrecipes.com. That's my favorite place to get recipes. So if we come over here, I'm going to bring up another thought for you. All right, so I went over to All Recipes and I got my stuffed bell pepper recipe, and I copied it and I brought it over and pasted it into ChatGPT, and here it is. Stuffed bell pepper, serve 6. And here's the whole recipe with the instructions, right? ChatGPT is so smart because I asked it for a recipe for 2. It says, "Would you like a scaled down for 2 servings?" It's reading my mind. This is really scary. So now it creates an adjusted recipe for 2. So it took that recipe and it adjusted it and made it a recipe for 2. Isn't that cool? So that solves a lot of problems because there's just 2 of us at home now. I'm not cooking for 4. I'm not cooking for 6. I only want a recipe for 2. So you can use ChatGPT to solve that problem. All right, feature number 3. Let's have some fun. Now, my partner, Huey Popluck, has been bugging me lately to send a new picture of myself because we're changing some branding on Tech for Senior, and he needs a picture of me. I have this picture, but it's not a perfect picture, and we're going to make some changes. Now, most of you have all made pictures in ChatGPT or Gemini. The ability to create images or cartoons or all sorts of really interesting things is truly amazing. And for those of you who have been doing this for maybe the last couple of weeks, you'll notice a huge change in the quality of images that you can create. But what if you have an image and you just want to make that image better? So let's see what we can do. So this is an image of course, me, and it's sitting there. And of course, I've got a little thing on the end of my nose because when I copied the picture, it didn't turn out perfectly. And that's me sitting there. So what I've asked is I've uploaded this picture to ChatGPT. And you can do that by coming down here, and it said upload files, and you can just connect from your computer and upload any file that you want. And so what I asked it to do was turn this photo into professional headshot for LinkedIn. So let's see what it did. It took that, and here is the image that it made. I think I look a little younger. Not perfect, but not a bad choice. And you could have it do this 2 or 3 times until it got better. But I think that's a pretty darn good image. I was very pleased with that. But, you know, I still look a little bit too old. I want a really young image of myself. I want to be the youngest guy on the show. So I'm going to change my hairstyle. So if we come down here now, I'm going to ask it, and I'm going to say, can you change my hairstyle by giving me a mullet? Remember mullets? All right. So let's come down here and see what happens. Well, look what we've got. So we've got, of course, one on the left side and one on the right side with a mustache. And I've got long hair. This looks great. It's nice, no gray. It's nice and brown. I think this would be great. I want you guys to vote on this. I want to see either, do you want image 1 or image 2 for me to send to Huey, and he can put that in our new branding, the new look. All right, feature number 4. Let's have a look at a new feature that has come out in ChatGPT. So let's have a look now. You'll recognize that I'm in ChatGPT. As we come up here, you'll see it says ChatGPT 4.0. What we're going to do is we're going to click the little down arrow, and we're going to come over here to Chat 4.0 with scheduled tasks. Okay, let's have a look at this. Now, I'm going to create a search that's going to give me the information every morning at 8 o'clock. So let's have a look and see how we can do this. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to set this up, and we're in Google ChatGPT tasks, and every morning I want news articles about Google's antitrust case. So let's see what they find out. We're going to click OK. It's going to search the web. It's going to come up with some information. Would you like to receive daily updates on this case? I can provide the briefing with the latest news, and I'm going to say yes. So now it's set up. Got it. I'll update you every morning, and we can say that Google antitrust news is going to come to me at 9 a.m. And if you see these little 3 dots here, you can see where we can view all tasks. And I have 2 tasks set up now. I have check for Microsoft Copilot News and Google Antitrust News. So this is a way in which I can get automated information every morning. And you could use this as well to send out birthday cards. You could use it to send out all sorts of anything that you want to schedule as a task. You can add this in there, and it'll do it for you. Pretty cool, eh? Well, you're not going to believe this, but between yesterday and today, the task feature has changed. I just got a note from ChatGPT that the task feature is now out of beta, and it's in different models, and it will be in the model. Let me just bring the drop-down menu. It will be in the 03 and the 0.04-mini. So if you want to schedule, you'll be in these 2 models. Now, this is going to change because this is now out of beta and is a regular part of ChatGPT. So you should be able to start scheduling now. Now, just to go over again how to find this, if we come over to the right side and go up to the top, you'll see a picture of me here. When you click this, you'll see tasks. Now, this task menu will be here irrespective. You'll see I'm in Chat 4.0 now. Tasks will be here irrespective of what model you're using. Now, when we open up tasks, you'll see here's the 2 tasks I show you how to do. I got some questions on how do you change the date or re-edit these? Just click the edit button, and now you can come down to the bottom here. And as you see, you can change it for any particular time you want. You can also change it here, and you can do daily, weekly, monthly, custom, doesn't repeat, all sorts of things that you can do to set this up. I feel the scheduling feature is going to be a big one I'm going to be using a lot. So just a change since yesterday is that it is now out of beta. So the last item I want to discuss is called projects. Now, projects is not free. it's available only in the paid version of ChatGPT. So if you have the paid version in ChatGPT, you'll be able to see this new feature called projects. It will be available at some time in the future in the free version. I just can't tell you, but this is a very powerful feature, and I think you should be aware of it. So that's why I included it in my video today, even though it is only available in the paid version. So if you come over now and have a look, this is my ChatGPT screen, of course. You'll come over on the left-hand side here, and you'll see where it says projects. So this is where you can set up a project you're going to do and store your information in the projects folder. As you can appreciate, if you use ChatGPT a lot like I do, your left-hand screen is going to go on forever. So trying to find things in this long list of screens on the left side of conversations you've had with ChatGPT is going to take a long time. So you now can source them into a project. And I'm going to show you a project that I've been working on, and it's a video on Google TV. Now, once you open this up, a project is like a file. You can certainly keep all your stuff in this file. But here's where it gets really incredible. If you come down and you look on the right-hand side here, you'll see where it says instructions. If you click this, this is a prompt that I've given ChatGPT. This is a 10-minute YouTube video to explain the features of Google TV to a senior audience with limited experience using Google TV. Now, that's the prompt. Now, as I do projects, there are many searches I'm going to do in ChatGPT. If I'm doing the search within this project, that prompt will always be in every search. I don't have to keep pasting it into the ChatGPT search I'm going to do. This prompt will automatically be in every one of these searches, so it's going to save you a lot of time. You also can add your project files here. You can add files, of course, any files you want. You can add into this, and these are your project files that you will have. And these are going to stay all in the project folder here in ChatGPT. This is a huge advantage, and one which I'm going to be using all the time. All right, those are your 5 items that I wanted to talk about. I don't think you probably knew about them. I tried to find some interesting ones for you. Thank you for watching. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. This is episode 9 of a 10-part series I've done on understanding AI for the over 50. If you want to be notified when my 10th video comes out, which will be looking at different chatbots. I know we've focused on Copilot, Gemini, and ChatGPT. For the 10th video, we're going to be looking at 5 other chatbots that you can use. Should be interesting. And if you subscribe, we'll send you a notification when that video comes out. Have a great day, and thanks for watching the video.